Hi, everyone. I'm Serena Raymond, the Director of Content Marketing here at DNSFilter. I am joined by Josh Lamb, our Director of Technical Operations, and Frank Ahan, our IT Manager. And I have some questions for them about SOC 2 compliance, as DNSFilter is now SOC 2 compliant. So first, I have a question for you, Frank. What does it mean now that DNSFilter is SOC 2 compliant, and why is this important for our customers?
SOC 2 compliancy is pretty much saying that DNSFilter has a set of rules, a set of policies that are put in place to make sure that our business practices are safe and secure. We have a lot of different policies, a lot of different controls. And what's important is that a SOC 2 compliance means a third-party auditor comes in, looks at our policies, looks at our controls, and collects evidence showing that we are following those rules and policies, and really gives us kind of a thumbs up and a seal of approval saying, hey, you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing to have a good, secure business operations. So it's really important for us because it does show that we are following good policies, we are following these rules, and a third-party outside vendor that doesn't have a conflict of interest has told us, hey, you guys are following it and you guys are doing a good job.
Awesome. And did we have to make any significant changes to our operations in order to receive SOC 2 Type II certification?
Yeah, good thing that you mentioned the different types, the Type 1 and Type 2. Type 1 is more of the auditor coming in and kind of taking a picture and saying, hey, are you guys following the rules for this day? Whereas when it comes to Type 2, the one that we just got, they pretty much a video in a certain sense of taking a set time. Usually it's a year, you can do 6 months, but they look at that whole time period and they check, hey, have you been following the rules? And they collect evidence on those different things. So they take a random evidence between different times and they check if everything's on the up and up. And luckily in this past audit, they have found that we have been following all the rules, and that's why we were able to get that certification.
Awesome. Now,
go ahead.
oh, sorry, do you have one more thing to add, Frank?
No, I just wanted to say that yeah, it took a lot of work, and with the Type 1 and then following the Type 2, we will continually every year get the Type 2. So hopefully going forward, we will be tightening up on those and continue being a securely operated business.
Great. And Josh, now I have a question for you. What are some of the key policies and procedures we have in place that contributed to receiving SOC 2 Type II certification?
So there was a lot, Serena. There is a lot of policies that encompass doing SOC 2. I think it was about 35 different policies that we created all together as a company. So it's a lot operationally. It has to do with pretty much every area of the business. Actually, you would think that it has to do with maybe security or product security, but it has to do with HR, IT, all of your internal operations, what you do with employees, background checks, everything like that. So it's very all-encompassing. But if I were to pick the most impactful ones, it would probably have to do with access management. So incorporating all of the modern security principles about least privilege, SSO, multi-factor authentication, all of that, as well as vulnerability assessments for our devices that we use as a company, as well as our infrastructure that supports all of our customers. And so we routinely have vulnerability assessments conducted on us. So really user identity when it comes to our employees, as well as product security, are really at the forefront of what we do. You might have heard that, kind of the mechanic, at the shop, the mechanic's own cars are often like the least repaired, oldest, kind of broken down cars versus that of their customers. But that's not really acceptable for us. We're a cybersecurity company. And so we have to have internal security that exceeds that of our customers so that they can trust that their traffic that's flowing to us is secure as well as the data that's stored. So yeah, a lot of them, but I would say product security and internal security are at the focus of a lot of what we do.
Great. And what measures do we have in place to ensure that we're protecting customer and user data?
That's a really good question, Serena. I would say the list is really extensive. There's a lot of controls in place, but I would summarize it by saying that we incorporate all of the modern things you would expect us to do as a cybersecurity company in 2023. So that has to do with encryption of data during transport, data in storage at rest, ensuring only people with absolute need to know have access to customer data, separating data and environments between, production, development, and staging environments. We operate a zero trust framework. That's what we've chosen to do for ourselves as employees. So when it comes to devices and user identity, the default is not to trust it and to only trust it in certain contexts. So as a remote company, as you know, Serena, we're fully remote. And so we've had to solve those challenges earlier on. We didn't have a perimeter at the beginning when it comes to our employees. And so device security and user identity were challenges that we had to figure out pretty early on as a company. And so we've been operating that for quite some time now. And SOC 2 really just give us the opportunity to prove that out and show everyone that that's what we're doing.
It's really cool to hear that we're operating a zero trust framework at DNSFilter internally. Very cool. Now we've talked a lot about SOC 2 Type II certification, but we also have a SOC 3 certification. So I'm curious, what are the differences between SOC 2 Type II and SOC 3?
Absolutely. Good question, Serena. I'll go first and then Frank can kind of correct me as well too. But I would say SOC 3 is more, enhances the shareability of what we're doing. We want to be able to also let customers and prospects know our security posture and for that to be more accessible to them. So SOC 3 for us wasn't substantially different than the process that we did for SOC 2. It's more so that we can let people know with greater information what our security posture is like.
Yeah, the SOC 3 is more to let other people know that we do have the SOC 2, stamp of approval. The SOC 3 just lets it a little bit easier for sales and marketing to share that DNSFilter follows these rules and policies. So it's a great marketing tool, great sales tool, and great way to evangelize that we are up to standard and helps show confidence to prospective clients and even our current clients that we are following these procedures.
It's really great. So any prospects who are interested in seeing our SOC 3 certification, please reach out to our sales and marketing team. And last question that I have for you, what is next for certifications at DNSFilter? What's on the horizon?
Great question, Serena. I would say the next one that we have in our sights is ISO 27001. They actually, or 27001, they actually just changed the standard for ISO in 2022. And so we're looking to follow that standard, as well as we're looking at different privacy compliances, as you know, different nationality, different nations and different localities, even multiple states in the United States are forthcoming with different privacy regulations. That started with CCPA, but we're seeing other states follow suit as well. And so we're just wanting to pursue those so that customers know that not only do we care about data security, but we care about data privacy as well.
All right. Well, thank you both for taking the time today to talk with me about SOC 2 Type II, SOC 3. It's really cool to hear about how seriously we take security internally at DNSFilter as a cybersecurity company. So thank you both.
Absolutely. Thanks, Serena.